I'm going to do a recap of the rebuild of the 700R4 that I had for a core that I rebuilt. Took me a little over a couple of months with working and everything and getting parts in and out from eBay and various places that I bought them from, and to get everything done. So here we go. The one thing you the one thing you'll have to remember is that number one, do you have a core transmission? If you don't have a core transmission, then most junkyards sell the transmissions for anywhere from zero to about $250 just for the transmission. That's what they sell them for. So if you don't have a core, you need to put that, be looking forward to that price. Then from there, the rebuild kit for most of them with just clutches and steels, with all the seals and the gaskets, everything like that, will run you generally another 300 bucks. So you at 500 bucks right there. All right. Then you'll need to, if you don't have a converter, you'll want to get a converter. Converters usually run about anywhere from $200 to $300. You'll need a core. If you don't have a core, then they'll charge you anywhere from 0 to 50 or 50 to $100 for a core. So that'll be 300 right there. So with the transmission, buying the transmission if you don't have it, the rebuild kit and the converter, you're right there at $1,000 already. Should you do it? Should you do a 700R4? Well, if you have a vehicle that you don't want to put a 4L60 in, that is a computer controlled transmission, then yes, you should do a 700R4, because a 700R4 doesn't need a computer for it to shift. It has what they call a throttle valve, and the throttle valve controls the pressure in the transmission, which in turn controls the shift. Just like the modulator works in a 350 or 400 transmission. Same scenario, the Ford FMX, things like that, the same scenario, just that this is a mechanical linkage that has a cable that is hooked up to your carburetor, and depending on the position of the throttle valve, the pressure will either rise or the pressure will lower. So is it a great transmission to put in a vehicle? Absolutely it is. It's trouble-free. I mean, you can adapter plate. You can put it behind any GM motor with adapter plate. You can get adapter plate. You can put it behind of any Mopar or any Ford, whatever you want to do. Now, the one I did, I spent a little over $1,500 in it, because I did some upgraded things on it, as like the B Sun shell. I put some wave clutches in it. I had to replace the sprag, the one sprag in it on the input. I had to replace both of the pinions, the input and the output pinion. Then I did all the bushings like that, because the bushings didn't come as part of the kit. So I replaced all the bushings and stuff like that in it. Then I also had to buy a valve body, because the valve body that I had was seized up. I was unable to get all of the valves out and replace all the springs in them. So instead of doing all that, I just went ahead on and bought another valve body, and then put the replacement springs and stuff like that in there. Was it worth it? Yes, it was. It was very much worth it, very much so, because what happened was I was able to do it myself, something I had never done myself, and was able to get it done, and the transmission works well. The only thing I have left to do now is to hook up a superior vacuum switch that you can tailor it to the amount of vacuum that you want it to have, for it to send 12 volts down to the transmission to make the torque converter clutch apply. That's it. Great transmission, easy to work on. You can upgrade it to the 4L60. You can upgrade it to the 4L65, 4L70 parts. If you change the drum, the input drum in it, you can do that, input drum and the basket and all that. It just allows stuff. You can do 5 pinion planets. It's a very versatile transmission. And as opposed to doing a 350 or 400, it will, you can build it where it would take the abuse of what a regular street car would do, or a hot rod or whatever like that. Now, if you're trying to race, they even have parts that you can transplant from the 4L60, the 4L65, and the 4L70 into it, and make it even stronger. So it's just one of the things we're gonna look at. Like I said, mine ran me about $1,500 for all the parts. I didn't put any labor in it because the labor I done myself. It took me a little over 2 months, but the satisfaction is of knowing that I done it myself. I know every part in the transmission is new, and I don't have to worry about if I buy one and from a place and put it in there. If I take too long to start driving the vehicle, you know, the warranty's out or anything like that, don't have to worry about any of that. So that was the reason why I went ahead on and rebuilt mine. Now, if you don't have time to do it or you don't want to dive into it, you have various companies like Summit and Jigs, and you have other mail order companies, other transmission companies that will build you a transmission. You give them your specifications, they will give you your transmission, they will build it, and they would charge you for it, the core price, and they would ship it out to you with a converter and all that. Just whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying that I done mine because I had a core there. I had never done it, and I consider myself somewhat of a great mechanic. So it was just one of the things I hadn't done. It was just another iteration into what I can do. So now if I ever have a problem with a transmission, because I've done that one, I have a working knowledge of what it takes to disassemble the transmission, to put it back together, and how to assemble the lip seals, the square cut seals, and all that kind of stuff, what to look for, as well as the planetary gears, what to look for in the pump and all that stuff like that. Just know all that. So I just want to share that with you all and know this one thing that I stand by all the time. If it's something you want to do and you've never done it before, go on YouTube and just put it up. Just put up what it is you want to do. And I guarantee you, it will be a plethora of people who've already done it. And you could go stream through those videos and get everything you need to know as far as where to get the parts from, what tools you need and all that in order to get it done, and make a decision if it's something that you want to go into, you want to do it. A lot of times it's quicker to just to buy the part, and that's fine too. But you know, sometimes you may want to just dive into it. It may be a part that you have off an older vehicle that nobody offers. You may have to do a retrofit or something like that. So if something you looking at doing, just, you know, plan it out, think about it, and be honest with yourself. If it's not your daily driver, if it's something that you just building, having fun with, you don't have to be in no hurry. You can get the best part, whether you or rebuild a part yourself or buy it for somebody. That's always the one thing is this your personal vehicle? Is this something you have to drive every day? Then if it is, then that means it's more urgent than something that you are taking your time and rebuilding or restoring. As always, subscribe, like, share. You can follow me on all social media, Big Pats Under the Hood. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter and all that, and on Instagram. Thanks again. Have a great day.